Hello and welcome to 5 Minutes with Sean, maybe 10. I'm exhausted? No. I'm excited to bring you this today because today's personal a little bit. It's the question I have for everyone is how do you prefer to communicate? And here are your options. Email, text, phone, social media, or not at all. Okay? Those are your choices. This is what I need you to think about right now. Because I'm a phone guy. And you know what? We can throw one more in there if we'd like. In person, if it's it's my preference. Mine's phone. Mine goes in person, phone, the rest of it. For me, right? Because I think when you get on the phone or in front of someone, you can have an honest conversation most times. And we'll get into what I mean by most times. But most times you have an honest conversation, you get inflection, you get emotion, you can kind of see all of those. It's why I only do interviews for this show and all my other things, side projects, whether that's the Chronicles or otherwise. I only do them live and in person with people. Okay? Someone said, oh, it's because you're arrogant. No. It's because I thrive on the energy, right? So I love doing these with people because they're sitting next to me and I can feel what they're going through. I can see visually what they're dealing with, right? So this is my preference. I think the reason that I'm so interested in how you prefer to communicate is because then I want to know if it's something that you do kind of on the side, right? Do you just text people because it's easier or because you prefer it, right? I just started texting like, I don't know, was it like 5 years ago maybe? 6 years ago, right? I just got on social media like 18 months ago. So, and I'm just learning about just the nonsense that is in general within ways of communication. But when you look at email and text, inflection is missing, actual context is normally missing, and those are the things that I think can make things go wrong, right? So my business partner, email guy all day, because it's his job to have paper trails. We call him the archivist, because it's his job to have everything archived, know where everything is. And the only way he can do that in his world is by the written word. And that's fine, but when we have issues, right? When you see an email go back and forth 2 times, guess what, folks? Time to pick up your phone, okay? Get on your phone and call the other person. It's important. We have these discussions because if we allow these to continue to go this way with email and texting and just this inability to truly communicate, we're going to continue to have the issues we have on support, on just overall how people feel about you. I'll give you a for instance. My wife worked for a call training company years ago. And the owner of said call training company was, for lack of a better word, a dick. Okay? That's just who he is. It's always how he was. He's always about himself, and just everyone was kind of underneath him, right? So here's my wife going to work for this guy, who at the time I thought was reasonable, found out later, dick, because of what happens here, right? So wife is having some things go on work-wise, trying to get things done, asking questions, whatever it is. And he comes out with this big, long email about how basically, like, if you're a woman and you have an opinion, he wasn't up for listening to it, is kind of what I took from it. He doesn't want to hear your female excuses for why you can't do your job. Yeah, look, I wish I was kidding to you right now, but I'm not. And so here it is, right? Wife sees it, comes to me. She's like, that's it. I'm not going to work for this guy. It's total BS. And so she says her piece back. This is a bit of a problem. He comes back with, you won't do this publicly. If you ever reply all again, you're fired. Those of you who know my wife, you can guess what she did next. Yes, she hit reply all, and yes, she was fired. That's fine, whatever the case is. But this email tough guy, which there's tough guys via email. Now I'm starting to learn there's social media tough guys. Yeah, all real tough. Picking on women, aren't you? Yeah. So here's the thing. Most people are so gutless, who are tough guys like this, that if I was standing in front of them, or she was standing in front of them, or anybody else was standing in front of another human being, none of these words will come out of people's mouths. None of them. And that's what I implore you to think about. Because me, I'll say it in your face. I'll write it. I'll type it. I'll fucking text it. It doesn't make a difference to me. So if you're going to come out, you're going to be a tough guy, Make sure you're willing to say it to somebody's face. That's the real litmus test for true emotion, true honesty. Because that's all communication is about, is true honesty, okay? I have a note here that I've circled it a few times. Basically, what I'm tired of hearing from people as it relates to communication, whether it's via email or text, is I don't mean to be rude, but. Wasn't trying to be offensive, but. Face it, you were trying to be rude. You were trying to be offensive. Stand up. Say what you believe. I'm not saying what you're saying is right or wrong or indifferent. I actually don't care. But what I would prefer people to do is to be honest with one another. Don't say shit when people leave a room. I watch it down a Digital Dealer all day. All day. Oh, hi, nice to see you. Guy walks away. Oh, what a jerk. Tell him he's a jerk to his face. This would just be easier. And again, that's why I don't have any friends. That's why not a ton of people love doing things around me when it relates to honesty, because it's the only thing I know. I did the Get Real piece a while back. That's it, man. That's what I'm trying to ask people to do. Be honest. So stop leading with, I didn't mean to, or I hope I wasn't offensive. You meant to be. Stand up for it. You should try to say it with respect, but not a lot of people have the couth necessary to do that. And I get it. I do, because I'm one of those people. I don't really have the class enough to be honest. I'm just straight up honest. That's the problem for me. So I prefer the phone over anything, but I'd rather be standing in front of you, because then, and only then, can we have the real discussion. So honesty is what I prefer all of you to do. I have family that they all prefer to email. That doesn't always end well. But my problem with email is I don't like it. So when emails come to me that I don't like, I tend to write back that way. And it's not necessary, no, but I want it to stop, that's why. For the time it takes people to write 3-page emails, they can pick the phone up, we can be done in 5 minutes. Just think about that next time you go to write paragraphs in your emails. Just think, 1 second. Can I call this individual and get this over with? Record your phone calls if that's your problem. I do, okay? I live in a one-party state. I'm the one party that consents. So you're all sitting there going, wait, I've called Sean's phone. Yeah, you have. You've been recorded. You're in the archive somewhere. Don't worry about it. I don't use it for bad, right? Only for good. I don't play them on this show. I should sometimes. Some of the crazy shit people say that, again, they'd never say everywhere else. But that's okay. Not everyone can be me. I don't expect that. But what I do want you to do is I want you to be honest. So be honest with yourself about why you communicate the way you do. And then when you continue to do that, be honest in what you say, please. Okay? Sorry, little soapboxy this week, but they're starting to get that way. Because the more I'm on social media, the more I'm trying to figure out exactly where my plot is in this whole deal. All right? So, as always, where can you find me? LinkedIn. You can also find me 262-278-0157. Sean, S-E-A-N, at carbizdonebetter.com. Leave your comments on Facebook or Twitter. They will all find their way back to me. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.